pastor here at the Table Church here in San Benito, and I hope you've had a great Friday. Hope you're looking forward to a great weekend. It is Super Bowl weekend 2026, and I hope you're just going to have a great weekend, and good Friday, good Saturday, and then of course a good Sunday. We have our worship service on Sunday here at 10:30, and then there will be a Super Bowl party at my house. You're welcome to show up. There'll be plenty of food at around 5 or 5:30. So all I'd say is it's a great day to be looking again at God Speaks. This has been our devotional for the past couple of weeks. God Speaks by Allison and Zach Zender. It is a 30-day challenge to read your Bibles. And I hope that you've been joining us along the way. I hope that you've been able to do this with us. This has just been a great resource. A great way to begin 2026, jumping into our Bibles, seeing what Jesus is saying to us, seeing who Jesus is for us in the Scriptures. That's really what the Bible is about. It's who Jesus is for us and what he does for us, what he does to us, what he does through us. All that is part of the Bible story. So today is day 19, and today we're talking about the Scriptures being profitable for correcting. We've been talking about the Scriptures, this idea of correcting being restoration. Zach and Allison have been using the metaphor of a compass to help us think about this correcting like a compass does. The compass has a long history. I don't know how well you know even where the compasses come from. It's actually the Chinese gave us the compass. Lodestones, they used to rub spoons on stones that were magnetic, and those spoons would point south. So originally everything was based on our southernmost point, not northern point. Along the way, then they started rubbing those stones on other metals, and pretty soon it was pointed north, and that's where we got true north. Every compass is based on where that arrow is pointing north. And along the way, then, the compass was put on ships, and we had people like Christopher Columbus using compasses, although he apparently didn't use his very well because he didn't end up where he wanted to go. But Christopher Columbus, Magellan, the other explorers, they're all using a compass to help them stay right on course. Now, here's the thing though. We think about the compass and the Bible being a compass and correcting. That can be problematic at times because we think of correcting as if we just need a little correction. No, the Scriptures are telling us that we're looking at something different. We'll get to that in a second. The Scriptures are profitable for correcting, for making sure that our lives are aligned in the right direction, making sure that we're pointed where we need to be, that we're oriented the way we're supposed to be. The Bible actually starts off this way. The very first words of the Bible, in the beginning, God, those words are meant to orient us a certain way, and then the rest of the Bible flows out of that. John 1:1 is another place. In the beginning was the Word. Same way it starts. In the beginning. In the beginning was the Word. The Word was with God. The Word was God. All things were created by Him. So John is telling us that the in the beginning of Genesis 1:1 is actually talking about Jesus. It's talking about the second person of the Godhead. That's why I like to start with John 1:1, because we can't really understand Genesis 1:1 until we understand John 1:1 and what it's saying. But all that say is that gives us an orientation for all of life. All of life is an orientation around Jesus. Since Jesus created this whole thing, then he's going to help set everything right. He's going to set my life right. He's going to make sure that we're oriented in the right direction. But we sinned. It comes back to this other thing about the correction. The correction isn't simply, hey, my life is off kilter a little bit. I'm going to get the Word, and I'm going to get Jesus to kind of shift me back in the right direction. That's kind of like saying that I do my part and Jesus does his part and everything turns out okay. That's not how this works because of sin. And so part of our reorienting how we think about even the word being correction for us. So, one thing Allison and Zach bring up is that the Bible helps us understand what true north is so that we are oriented in the right direction and that Jesus is our true north. Now, as soon as I hear that, Jesus is our true north, by the way. As soon as I hear that, I think of all the swag that I've seen on the internet, all the shirts. In fact, I've seen the shirts out in the wild. Jesus is my true north. Nothing wrong with that, I understand, and I'm not throwing stones at the people wearing those. Jesus is our true north, and what we're saying there is that Jesus is our orientation for life. Jesus is our meaning for life. And the problem is that's not how it's always understood. It's not how it's always taken. And in fact, I kind of roll my eyes sometimes when I see it online. You see the swag, you see the memes, Jesus is my true north. Well, what we're telling others is my life is oriented around Jesus, but yours isn't. What we're meaning to say is that Jesus is my orientation, and that we're trying to tell people that that this is a good thing. But Jesus being our fixed point can also tell others, oh, I'm in, you're out. He's my orientation. He's not your orientation. All sorts of things that go on with that. But here's the thing. This is why I keep coming back to the way we have to understand Jesus being true north even. This isn't a matter of simply making sure that our lives are oriented. They're not. It's not even making sure that we get correctly adjusted. That's not what's going on either. Because here's the thing. It's not a matter of me getting help from Jesus to make everything aligned. Jesus does the alignment for me. You want to know why? Because the compass is broken. Our compasses aren't simply off kilter, they're broken. Well, we need Jesus to set the course. We need Jesus to be our compass and true north all at the same time on our behalf, because we can't, we don't, and we won't. That's the way this works, and that's how Jesus is our true north. You see, we're constantly drifting. We're constantly off kilter. We're never really on kilter. We need somebody to come and fix it right. We need somebody to come find us in the fog and then not just set us on course, but be our course for us. So, yes, Jesus is our true north, but we don't use that in a braggadocio way. What we're saying is Jesus plus nothing equals everything. That is our conversation at the table. I hope you're having a great Friday evening. And again, if you don't have God Speaks, come by here. We've got these. We've got plenty of them. It's never too late. Tomorrow will be day number 20. You can join us then. But I encourage you, join us, jump back in your Bibles for 2026. And God speaks. God will be speaking here on Sunday, by the way, 10:30, right here at the Table Church, where he always speaks. Don't forget this, that Jesus is our true north because he absolutely, unconditionally, and unstoppably loves us. He loves you. He always